Willow, and welcome back. The situation with Jordan's accident keeps weighing on my mind. Brook Lynn's involvement in that hit and run has turned into this dark shadow hanging over her happiness. It's creating a new kind of obsession for her, one that I think many longtime viewers can relate to. We've seen characters make desperate choices before when they feel cornered, but this feels different. Brook Lynn isn't just protecting herself anymore. She's fighting for the chance to raise Phoebe in a loving home. I keep asking myself, what would any of us do if we stood to lose the child we've come to love as our own? The answer comes quickly. We'd fight like lions, just like she's preparing to do. What surprises me most is how Tracy is stepping up in such a bold way. She's always been a force of nature, but deceiving Chase to help Brook Lynn slip away with Phoebe right after the adoption ceremony, that's one of the craziest new adjustments we've seen in a long time. Tracy has made it clear that family comes first, and she's willing to risk everything to give her granddaughter the stability she deserves. I admire that loyalty, even if it means bending the rules. In my opinion, Tracy sees the bigger picture here. She knows Brook Lynn's marriage to Chase is crumbling, and she refuses to let that destroy the adoption. This move proves just how far a Quartermaine will go for blood, and I find it thrilling to watch. Of course, this new direction means the love story between Brook Lynn and Chase is likely coming to an end, at least for now. I've been rooting for them for years. Their relationship had such warmth and promise, especially as they built a home for Phoebe together. But the cracks have been showing for months. Chase's lingering feelings for Willow and Michael's constant interference have created too much damage. It's heartbreaking, really. I wonder if the writers are showing us that sometimes love isn't enough when secrets and betrayals pile up too high. The answer seems to be yes, and it's leading to this explosive new chapter. Chase's desperation over Brook Lynn's crime is palpable. I can only imagine how devastated he'll feel when he learns the full truth. Turning to Willow and his pain makes sense in a way, though it pains me to say it. It represents this sudden explosion in new beliefs about love and trust for him. We've seen Chase as the honorable one, the steady detective who tries to do right. Now he's being pushed toward a different path, one that might bring him comfort in the short term, but could lead to more complications. I have mixed feelings about it. On one hand, Willow has her own history of heartbreak, and they share a past. On the other, it feels like another layer of betrayal in an already messy situation. Still, these kinds of emotional explosions keep the show alive and keep me coming back day after day. The timing of everything is what makes it so intense. Brook Lynn planning to take Phoebe and leave Port Charles right after the adoption ceremony adds such urgency. Will she actually go through with it? I believe she might, especially with Tracy's help. The thought of her packing up and disappearing to protect her new family feels both terrifying and understandable. I've seen mothers on this show make similar choices over the decades, from hiding pregnancies to fleeing town. Brook Lynn's version feels fresh because it's tied so closely to this adoption battle and her growing fear of losing everything. And then there's Ethan. Oh, that revelation still has me reeling. When he finally tells Tracy the truth that he is Phoebe's real father, everything is going to change in an instant. Tracy will be absolutely shocked. Can you picture her face when she realizes she helped Brook Lynn take away her own biological granddaughter? The regret will hit her hard, and I suspect it will create some powerful scenes between them. I've always enjoyed the complicated dynamics in that family, and this twist adds incredible depth. It proves how one secret can ripple out and affect so many lives at once. What I love most about these new adjustments is how they force us to question everything we thought we knew about these characters. Is Brook Lynn truly in the wrong for wanting to run, or is she simply a mother fighting for her child? I lean toward the latter. Her love for Phoebe feels genuine and pure, even if her methods become desperate. At the same time, Chase deserves to know the truth before it's too late. The writers are balancing these perspectives beautifully, giving us room to feel sympathy for everyone involved. That's what makes General Hospital special after all these years. It never lets us settle comfortably on one side. Michael's role in all this adds another layer of tension that I find fascinating. His meddling has pushed Brook Lynn and Chase closer to the edge, and it seems calculated. I've seen Michael grow from a troubled kid into a complex man, but his actions lately have me shaking my head. Is he truly looking out for Willow, or is there something deeper driving him? The quick answer is probably a bit of both, and that gray area makes for compelling television. As someone who's followed these families through births, deaths, weddings, and countless scandals, I have to say this current storyline feels like a classic General Hospital roller coaster. It has danger, romance, family loyalty, and the constant threat of everything falling apart. Brook Lynn's potential escape with Phoebe has me on the edge of my seat. Will Tracy's plan work? How will Chase react when he discovers the deception? And what happens when Ethan drops his bombshell? These questions keep me excited for every new episode. In my view, this arc is reminding us why we fell in love with the show in the first place. It's not just about pretty faces and dramatic entrances. It's about human emotions pushed to their limits, love turning into fear, trust breaking under pressure, and the fierce need to protect what's yours. Brook Lynn's obsession with keeping Phoebe safe might lead her down a difficult road, but I can't help rooting for her to find some kind of peace. Tracy's bold assistance shows the strength of family bonds, even when they're messy. And Chase's shifting heart toward Willow opens new doors, even if they lead to more heartbreak. I truly believe we're heading into one of those unforgettable periods where every day brings a new surprise. The new obsessions, the changing relationships, and the explosive truths waiting to come out are what make General Hospital worth watching week after week. I've laughed with these characters, cried with them, and cheered for their triumphs. Right now, I'm feeling that familiar mix of worry and anticipation that only this show can deliver. I keep wondering how Tracy must be feeling right now. She's taking major hits while trying to protect Brook Lynn and little Phoebe. Tracy has always been the backbone of that family, fierce and determined, yet this time her loyalty is costing her dearly. She's risking her own standing, her relationships, and possibly even her influence within the family empire to help Brook Lynn escape with the baby right after the adoption. In my opinion, it's a testament to how deeply she cares for her granddaughter, but I also worry it's going to leave her isolated and vulnerable. We've seen Tracy survive countless scandals, yet this one feels different because it involves sacrificing so much for the next generation. The situation grows even more intense when we consider Ethan and Michael teaming up in their search for Brook Lynn. Ethan, now revealed as Phoebe's biological father, has every reason to track them down, and Michael's involvement adds fuel to an already raging fire. Michael, as the sole Quartermain heir, gives him unprecedented power and motivation. It proves just how far the family conflicts have spiraled into this new level of madness. I ask myself, is Michael truly acting out of concern for Willow and the family, or is this his way of securing his position at the top? The answer seems to lean toward a mix of both, and that complexity makes the story so compelling. Chase must be devastated as all this unfolds around him. His marriage to Brook Lynn is crumbling, and now the woman he loves is preparing to disappear with their adopted daughter. Turning to Willow in his pain feels almost inevitable, yet it breaks my heart. Their shared history offers comfort, but it also risks creating even more heartbreak down the line. I've always admired Chase for his sense of honor, and seeing him pushed to this point shows how the writers are testing every character's limits. What fascinates me most is how these new adjustments are reshaping the entire Quartermain legacy. Michael, as the only heir, changes the inheritance battles we've followed for years. It feels both shocking and strangely fitting for a family known for its dramatic power shifts. Tracy's heavy losses in her efforts to shield Brook Lynn highlight the personal cost of family loyalty. She's losing ground, influence, and peace of mind, all while believing she's doing what's right for Brook Lynn and Phoebe. I have tremendous respect for that kind of devotion, even when it leads to such difficult consequences. The search effort by Ethan and Michael is ramping up the tension to new heights. Things are getting crazier by the day, and I can feel the urgency building. Will they find Brook Lynn before she settles into a new life far from Port Charles? How will Tracy react when the truth about Ethan's paternity comes crashing down? These questions keep me eager for every episode. In my long years of watching, I've learned that General Hospital excels at these moments where secrets explode and force everyone to reevaluate their choices. Brook Lynn's desperation to keep Phoebe safe is something I understand on a deep level. Motherhood changes a person, and she's fighting with everything she has. Tracy's support, though costly, shows the strength of their bond. Yet with Michael positioned as the sole heir and actively searching alongside Ethan, the walls are closing in. This new obsession with control and legacy is driving the story forward in exciting ways. I find myself rooting for Brook Lynn while also feeling sympathy for the pain Chase and others are enduring.